Hi guys out there in YouTube land, it's your VHS collector Kyle here with another Muppet review. Sorry for taking so long to finally do these reviews. I'm going to do the last two episodes, Single All the Way and Going Gonzo, episodes 9 and 10, together. So, mostly it's just because I've been sick and I just hadn't had a chance to be able to do it. Plus then I just got lazy and I kept putting it off every single time. I said, I keep putting it off. So I'm going to do it today, and then I'd put it off and say, I'm going to put it the next day. I'll put it off, you know. So finally I'm going to get this over with so I can be able to get ready for the new episodes to start airing in February. You know, so let's go ahead and do the first episode, which was episode 9, Going Gonzo, which was you had is it Jason? Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it. This was a pretty cool episode. I kind of enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the whole opening where him and Miss Piggy were singing, and there was a moon that was supposed to be lowered in, I guess, down during the time that they were doing their song, and Kermit couldn't get a hold of Sweetums, who was supposed to rig the, and Gonzo goes to check it out and find out that Sweetums had, I guess, has a cold, and he's been sneezing, so every time he sneezes he breaks something, and he sneezes, which Gonzo, runs in there and says, hey, what's wrong and everything, why haven't you put down the moon? And he said, I broke my headset whenever I sneezed. And he sneezes again, which I guess the rope was so long that it catches onto Gonzo and roos him up into the rafters and everything, and he's swinging back and forth, and then on stage the moon is going, back and forth. Kind of reminds you of the old things that would happen on the Muppet Show, where the characters are supposed to be doing stuff off stage for the onstage act, and it would either get messed up or screwed up and everything. I thought that was pretty funny. Enjoyed the whole Gonzo flying up in the air and all that puppetry work with him full body, and everything. Thought that was kind of neat. Loved the puppetry work that they did. Loved to know that Gonzo still loves to do death-defying stunts, which he hadn't done in years. Rizzo and Pepe always do, I guess, poker night, and so they thought that they would get Scooter, which then Scooter, ends up bailing out due to the whole thing with Gonzo, saying that it could have been him and not Gonzo. He could have died. So Rizzo and Pepe ends up asking Joseph Gordon-Levitt if he wants to bring, and he's like, oh, I've never played poker, So as they're playing poker and everything, well, everybody else, pretty much just folds, and he doesn't. And he, one of the lines he says is about him playing Bruce Willis in that movie. I can't think of the name of the movie, and everything, which I thought was funny. He runs off, and everybody understands that he was just acting, that he really did know whatever he was doing. Then with Scooter, wanting to try to do something more brave, or get his life and together, he goes to the Electric Mayhem and to try to get his ears pierced, which come to find out that he's a pretty tough guy to be able to try to hold down and everything, which I thought was pretty funny of them trying to hold him down so he can get his ears pierced and all that stuff, and that was pretty funny, and then Animal tried to wrestle him and him throwing Animal off and everything, so that was pretty funny. I really enjoyed that. I did enjoy the puppetry on this episode. I thought they did really well on a bunch of the puppets, especially with Pepe during the poker scene, and him doing this with his hand, and the poker chips like kind of falling out of his hand, like if somebody was picking them up and dropping them. I thought that was really cool work. I mean, I thought they did a really good job. I don't know how they did it, if it was magnets in the hands or something. I don't know. But I thought that was really cool. The whole point with Gonzo flying up in the air. I mean, that was really neat with that. I'm almost forgetting the one big part of the whole episode, and that's where Gonzo does his death-defying stunt after he kind of, in a way, he like doesn't want to do it because he's afraid he's gonna hurt himself. Especially whenever Beaker and Bunsen show him whatever would happen if he shot out of a cannon and everything. They made him a stunt double out of fruit and everything, and whenever it edged around and everything, and him go, oh, am I going to end up like a fruit smoothie? And Bunsen's like, no, you won't end up like a fruit smoothie. You'll end up like a flesh and blood smoothie, you know. And him kind of backing out, and then finally backing back in during the time they get Dave Grohl's from is it the Chili Peppers? No. I'm sorry, not Chili Peppers. Oh, what an idiot am I? I can't remember whatever band it is that he plays in, but they get him to play a song for Gonzo, which was going to be something about flying. Crap, I'm sorry, I didn't do very good on. I watched the episode. I had to watch it again. I'll flash it up on the screen or something so I at least can people know I do know whatever the song is. I just can't think of it. But at the last minute, he finally does it, which I thought was really cool. We get to see him, fly across a building to a vat of water, or pretty much a big tank of water and everything, and all, which I thought was pretty cool in a way. The last part with Dave Grohl's and Animal doing the drum off, I thought that was really cool. Really cool way to end the episode and everything with the drum off. Thought they did a really good job. I really did enjoy the episode. Like I said, it was all great. Really did. Let's go ahead and talk about the next episode, called Single All the Way. This is their winter break episode, meaning as in new episodes will return February 2nd of 2016. This is their Christmas episode, which I thought was kind of cool. I thought it was neat that they did a Christmas episode. They have Mindy Kaling and Echo Smith, which I thought was really neat. You end up getting a storyline of Fozzie breaking up with Becky because he doesn't take things seriously, and he always goofs around and makes jokes because he's a comedian. They get broke up. He ends up not wanting to play Santa in the show, and that pretty much, Piggy ends up helping him out because, Kermit goes to Piggy and said, could you help Fozzie out with, because I don't know what broke up me. I broke up with you. You didn't break up with me. So Miss Piggy helps Fozzie, they get his shine back. I did enjoy the storyline with Yolanda and the whole Christmas gift exchange. I thought that was pretty funny, where she pretty much rigged it to where everybody would pick her and all, and whenever the guys finally found out that they didn't include her last year, that was the reason why she did it, and so they feel sorry. Sorry, my eyes start to water when I get excited. And so, they end up thinking, oh crap, we didn't last year. So they end up, just going ahead and I like that Sweetums gets her a straight iron, which you get to see on his back of his fur and everything, how it looks pretty cool looking. I like that Mindy Kaling, they find out that she can't sing, and everything. So they try to come up with an idea of doing a sketch instead of a song, and she's like, no, I'll just do the sketch, because he's like, well, the only thing that is, we can only do the sketch or the song, and she's like, I want to, let's just do the song, because, people want to see, see me sing. So they're, I thought that was pretty funny. I like the whole part with Sam trying to get a kiss from Janice and all, and Chip kind of messing it up a little bit. He puts a mistletoe up above one of the door stops, or, door frames, which I thought was pretty funny. And Chip talking about the potato chips, his Pringles sour potato chips. Pretty funny. And then Echo Smith at the end, with Gonzo, thinking that they're Aerosmith, and thinking that the lead singer of Echo Smith, the girl, I can't think of her name, is Steven Tyler. Thinking that he looks all good, and then Uncle Deadly shows him a picture of what Aerosmith and everybody else looks like. Sam does get a kiss, from Janice, which is cute. Miss Piggy then doesn't want to do the show because of how what Fozzie said about being alone on Christmas, and so Kermit goes in there and kind of, helps out by telling her, that you don't have to be alone for Christmas. Everybody out there that is alone, when you come on the TV, they think that they have a friend in you, so they end up like they're not alone, and so I thought that was really cute, really, sweet of Kermit to kind of put himself back out there, which everybody has known that this might just be one setup of them two breaking up, that really, that it was just done for the show. But, let's see, what else do I want to talk about from this episode? That's pretty much about it. I mean, I thought that was really, a pretty cute and reasonable Christmas type episode, which I thought was really cute. There's some really funny lines in both episodes, so why don't we go ahead and get on to that part. Alright, I'm going to be reading these off of my paper here that I have on my little, and so instead of me having to cut all these together, I just thought I might just start doing it like this. And that just means it'll make it easier for me to I can look down and look at my notes and then just say what the funny line was. Or quote, funny line, funny quote, funny joke of the certain episode. Okay, so this is going to be the Going Gonzo episode 9. And I picked three from this episode, and I picked 3 from the other episode. So let's go ahead and do the first 3 from this one. The first one I picked was when Kermit and Piggy, it's pretty much the beginning of the episode, and they're talking about Piggy's water and everything. And I can't remember whatever she called it. Piggy water. Yeah, Piggy water, I'm sorry. And so Kermit doesn't think it should be allowed, that she's trying to promote her water on the show, saying that it's copyright, or, whatever you call it. And so he just thinks that, she shouldn't be doing it. I like the part of with the lipstick, on the bottle cap, which I thought, kind of gross, but, but pretty much it's after, I guess I should mention her body wash that she called hogwash, which I thought was pretty funny, pretty good pun. But it's what Kermit says after she's left. After he's said, nope, we're not promoting your piggy water, and he picks up the water and looks at it, and he says, 30 grams of fat. It's water, and I thought that was just great. I mean, water that's that has actual fat in it. I mean, that's just funny. That right there is funny. The second one of this episode that I thought was really funny was when Rizzo and Pepe are trying to ask Scooter to be in on the poker game, Rizzo ends up saying, we need to find another snook to fleece. And Pepe keeps repeating everything he says. He says, a snook to fleece. And he's like, what? And he goes, patsy to swindle. And then he goes, a guy to rob. And everything. And every time that Rizzo keeps saying all these words, Pepe doesn't understand them. And Pepe goes, does anyone speak English here? You know, like he didn't understand whatever Rizzo was trying to say. I thought that was a pretty funny line in that one. The third one, which pretty much takes place right after this little scene, where they're at the poker table with George and Gordon-Levitt, is it's pretty much after he's won the game, and they've been pretty much swindled or been conned by Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing the game, and he says, now give me all that Muppet money. And he just like laughs, and that laugh, that it's like an evil laugh and everything, and it's just how he says it. You know, give me all that Muppet money, and then laughs, you know, so that was pretty funny. That was, you know, there are some other funny lines in that episode, but these are my top three. Alright, now on to the Single All the Way episode, the Christmas one, episode 10. The first one takes place right whenever the opening part, or pretty much the opening of the show, and it's Kermit rushing out, you know, and seeing that almost everything hasn't been decorated yet, you know. Where's our tree? It hasn't been decorated. Where's the lights, you know, and everything, and he's looking all around, and Animal's sitting off to the side with a bunch of, like, tinsel, and he has, like, Christmas balls hanging off of his legs and stuff and feet. And he goes, Christmas in my belly, and he starts eating the tinsel, and I don't know, that just got me to cracking up. Anything that Animal says, I don't know why, but it just cracks me up. The second one is whenever Mindy Kaling is singing, and Kermit and Scooter are pretty much, you know, watching her sing, because Scooter's like, we got a problem with Mindy Kaling, you know, and Kermit doesn't think so. Well, when she starts to sing, she sings off key, not very good. And Floyd says that sounds like a cat's drowning another cat and everything. And Janice, like, kind of like, what do you want to call it? She kind of takes up for her, you know, pretty much. Says, hush, hush, you know, she's trying to do it, you know, and she goes, stay strong, sister, we know it hurts, and everything, and Floyd goes, you can say that again. I just thought, because of her singing, you know, so I thought that was pretty funny, with Floyd and Janice. That was a good one. And then pretty much the last one for this episode for me, there's quite a few, as well as, you know, just like any other one. But this one just stood out to me, and it was whenever they were trying to convince Mindy Kaling to switch from a song to a sketch, and Gonzo comes up with an idea with all these, like, you've heard of The Bachelor, how about The Bachelor Elf, you know, and it was going to be played by Rizzo and Pepe, who are in these different costumes and stuff, and the last one that Pepe's in, he's like in a muscle. Looks like a muscle costume and everything, and he goes, well, I'm liking these muscles, and Rizzo says, yeah, for the first time, you don't look like a shrimp, and Pepe just goes, you know, punches Rizzo in the face, you know, and so I thought that was pretty funny. Them two, I don't know why, but Pepe and Rizzo, they have some of the funniest lines in these episodes. Now it's time for our Full Body Shots segment. Before I take off on whatever these pictures are, I don't have an HD TV, so these pictures that you're going to be seeing over here are not going to be all that well. They might be a little bit blurry. You can at least be able to tell what they are, but they might still be a little bit blurry, so I just want to apologize. I couldn't find any good shots online for any of these scenes where they have them as full body. So I mean, I just want to apologize for that. First one that's up is the one with Gonzo being lifted up into the rafters with the rope. And you get to see quite a bit of that throughout the whole little scene, of him flying around, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I really did enjoy the special, effects that they used for that. I thought those were really cool. And him trying to untie himself, which I thought was really neat. The second one is of him whenever he's flying over the, gets shot out of the cannon and flies over the width of the two buildings into the big container of water, or whatever you call it, pool of water. Like I said, I mean, there's not any good shots of that, so I just took whatever I. The other one is with Dave Grohl's and him and Animal doing the drumming scene, the drum battle and everything at the very end, where they pretty much just like kick off all their drums onto the floor and they're left with nothing and everything. You get to see Animal just sitting there. I mean, it's not like it's anything. I mean, that one was more like with just the puppeteer being underneath the puppet. I don't know about the Gonzo flying over the building. I don't know if they use if they just shot up in the air and then they just shot the performer performing the puppet like on the blue screen and then, did all that. I don't know if that's whatever they did on that one. That's pretty much in that episode of Going Gonzo, episode 9. Episode 10 had just one, really. That's the only one that they really had, was the one with Animal sitting on where the band sits. And it's just him, him just sitting off on there eating that tinsel. That's really about the only full body shot that there was in that episode of Singled All the Way. But, well, until next time, guys, this is the one segment which talks about full body characters. So tune in next time to see more of the full body shots segment. Well, guys, that's pretty much, that ends this Muppet review of episodes 9 and 10 of the Muppets. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know whatever you thought about this episode. What were some of your funniest lines? That'll be today's question. What was your funniest lines, or maybe your funniest scenes of any of those 2 episodes? I do want to say again, like I said, sorry about it being so late for getting this video up. I am working on or pretty much I have a unboxing video that I have filmed. I've gotten it filmed. It's going to be about some Muppet art that I get from a guy that I do trades with. Hopefully whenever I get that finished and get it up, I'll have that up hopefully before maybe the next episode airs of the Muppets and all. Like I said, from then on I'm going to start doing 2 episodes per video instead of doing 1 like I did for the first 8 episodes. So from now on I'm going to do 2 episodes per video. If you want to, tell me if there's any other things you want me to do. Give me some suggestions of whatever I should talk about. If it's like any of the new TV shows that are out, any of the new old retro shows that you might have watched back in the day that are starting to come on the TV again, rerunning on air. Anything, just let me know. Give me some suggestions, so at least I'll have other videos to do other than just the review or my unboxing videos or my VHS collection, if I ever get back to doing that one again. So Till next time, YouTubers, it's your VHS Collector Kyle here saying frogs, bears, chickens, and things, boys and girls, women and men, from all over the world. It's your VHS Collector.